We've all seen a headline in a magazine about a child star or a former Disney actor gone bad. Usually, these actors have made a more innocent image for themselves, playing roles tailored to younger audiences. Soon enough, they turn to drugs, alcohol, or general reckless behavior as they get older. But how bad can they actually get? Ryan Grantham has shown the world just how much. Keep watching to find out why he's horrified everyone. First up, where have we seen him? Ryan Grantham is a 24-year-old Canadian actor who grew up in Vancouver and went to Simon Fraser University. He's best known for playing Rodney James in the popular Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, which means he started pretty young and has been around for a while. He also starred as Redwood in the movie Becoming Redwood. While he's had roles on series such as Supernatural and iZombie, his most memorable role in recent years was on the CW show Riverdale, where he played Jeffery Augustine. Fans of the show will remember his role in a significant plotline, specifically when he sneaked out of his house and took his father's truck. He hit Fred Andrews, Archie's dad, on the side of the road as he stopped to help someone. Fred dies, and Jeffrey goes home and tells his dad about the hit and run. His dad immediately turns himself in and is charged with the murder of Fred Andrews, even though the real murderer is his son. Foreshadowing for real life? Maybe. Jeffrey eventually admits that he was responsible, which is something Ryan's done in real life too. Now, the dark truth. Almost eerily like his character on Riverdale, Ryan committed a crime in real life as well. On March 31st, 2020, Ryan Grantham shot his mother, Barbara Waite, in the back of her head as she sat and played piano. He was immediately charged with first-degree murder, but later pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, which means there was no premeditation. However, we don't know how true that is because apparently Ryan even rehearsed the murder in the weeks leading up to it, a detail that shocked audiences when they heard it. He even recorded a 4-minute video after the crime, which included his confession to the murder and showed his mother's dead body. But it doesn't even end there. How does it get worse than killing your own mother? To Ryan, that is intending to kill the Prime Minister. After he murdered his mother, Ryan had plans for more violence, as detailed by his personal journals that were read out in the court hearings. The day after the murder, Ryan got in his car and packed everything you'd need for a murderous road trip: 3 guns, ammunition, 12 Molotov cocktails, camping supplies, and a map. He started driving east to Rideau Cottage, where Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau lives with his family, fully intending to kill him. However, he ended up not going through with it, thankfully, as Canada still has a Prime Minister. So, what happened in court? The biggest question is, why would he do it? Murdering your own mother and then intending to murder the Prime Minister is unusual even for the cruelest serial killer. So people had to believe there was some deeper motive than just hatred or a murderous urge. The prosecutor, Michaela Donnelly, helped clear up a lot of the case in court. She referenced 2 psychiatric reports about Grantham's mental health in the months leading up to the murder, which said he was going through an intense period of clinical depression. To the world, however, he seemed as happy and normal as any other man. Due to his depression, Grantham had been having regular urges to commit violent acts and even to commit suicide. He had stopped attending classes at university, and he was fighting feelings of guilt and terror over his mother finding out about it. This mental stress pushed him over the edge, and he began making plans to assassinate the Prime Minister and even to commit mass shootings at Simon Fraser University. He was also spending a lot of time online and had a marijuana use disorder at that time. In an even more shocking turn, Grantham admitted that his only motivation to kill his mom was to spare her from seeing the violence he was about to commit. Donnelly didn't take this as an excuse and said that murdering his mother was an extremely selfish act. She then went on to call the situation a heartbreaking breach of trust, as Barbara Waite was a great parent who loved her son a lot and had no reason to think he'd ever do anything like that. Further investigation found that Ryan Grantham was an experienced gun owner and user, and used to be a gun club member. Donnelly brought up the fact that he had bought a new gun for the crime a few months beforehand, even though he knew he had violent urges at times and couldn't be trusted to handle a weapon. The prosecutor argued that the circumstances were actually closer to first-degree murder. On the day of the murder, the actor had a lot of time and many chances to reconsider what he was doing. He reportedly loaded and unloaded the murder weapon, a .22 caliber rifle, over and over again, and even sat on the steps of his house for about 15 minutes considering what he was about to do. He left his mother's body where it was and left the next day to drive 50 hours to Ottawa to kill Trudeau. He even tested a Molotov cocktail in an empty area before leaving. He then drove part of the way before deciding to turn around and commit mass violence at his university or other nearby areas. Instead, he finally saw sense and turned himself into Vancouver police that night. In his statement, Ryan said he was sorry and that his mother was a caring person who didn't deserve what he did to her. He said he had no excuse and couldn't explain or justify his actions, and he's upset about having wasted his life. Currently, he will be given a life sentence for second-degree murder, but his defense is arguing for him to be eligible for parole after 13 years instead of the lawful 17 to 18 years. His defense lawyer, Chris Johnson, argued that the murder was done out of disordered thinking and not any actual hatred for his mother. He also said the court should consider the actor's age, as he was only 21 at the time of the murder, and his clean criminal record. Grantham also mentioned that he's been going to therapy while in prison for 2 years, trying to better himself. At the moment, the judge has reserved her decision and will announce it later. Now, in other related news, the Hollywood mental health issue. Stardom isn't an easy burden to carry, especially if you're young. The pressures of being a celebrity, including all the media attention and rumors, can take a toll on your mental health, and after the horrifying Ryan Grantham case, it's clear there needs to be more talk of serious mental health issues in the industry. Stars that have battled mental health issues include the singer Katy Perry, who has admitted to being diagnosed with clinical depression and having to take medication for it. She spoke about feeling ashamed, but later took a step back to deal with it privately. Another child star who suffered was Selena Gomez, who not only battled physical health issues, but also has bipolar disorder, which is a very serious condition. Other stars who have decided to have treatment include big names like Kristen Bell, Demi Lovato, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Zachary Levi, Camila Cabello, and countless others. Fame has never been easy, and these individual experiences are adding up to a bigger conversation about celebrity mental health. Next, Ryan isn't the only one. While he might be in the spotlight for the wrong reason right now, Ryan Grantham is far from the only actor to be convicted of a serious crime, beyond those DUIs that every actress and model was getting in the 2000s. Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, Marilyn Manson, and Charlie Sheen are just a few of the A-listers that were found guilty of assault, sexual, and otherwise. Most among the Me Too movement. Former child stars Amanda Bynes and Lindsay Lohan were both caught for drug possession, and the rapper Eminem was arrested for concealing a weapon. The actor Mark Wahlberg was even charged with attempted murder at age 16. Whoever said Hollywood was innocent? Lastly, the other actor making the wrong headlines. One of the industry's most admired actors, Ezra Miller, has starred as the Flash in the movies based on the DC comics, and had a memorable role in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. But now, people don't associate their name with these roles. Miller was first under fire in 2020 when a video came out of them choking and shoving a female fan. More recently, they were arrested for disorderly conduct and injuring a woman in Hawaii, after which Mia Solange accused them of abusing her while they dated. This has since led to the actor losing their iconic role as the Flash, as Warner Brothers and DC fired them. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on these celebrity crimes? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.